We used to play a game at work where we'd try and come up with different business ideas, the next great business idea, and we'd sort of shoot it down normally. And literally I woke up one morning at my mum and dad's house. I've been staying with them with the idea of why isn't there an online solution for the office whip round. I guess it was similar to Just Giving, where you can create a collection, obviously invite people to contribute for charitable sort of fundraising and stuff. I was like, why isn't there something exactly the same that replaces the office whip round? I remembered back to early days of working in an office, and the card was always getting lost or locked in someone's locker, a real pain in the backside. And so I was like, that's a great idea. And so I Googled sort of straight away the first thing in the morning if there's anything out there, and there wasn't. I mean, we're talking about sort of 2012 now, so quite a few years ago. And that just developed. Like, the more I shared the idea with people, it became like, that's a really good idea. And it became a bit of a sort of a story that I'd tell people that I met. I'd be like, oh, I've got a good business idea. I'll tell you if you don't tell anyone. And then, oh, that's a good idea, Craig, yeah. It sort of went on, and I was busy doing other things with work and stuff and life. And so I'd sort of inquire about making Giftround a reality and then take 10 steps back. And the biggest stumbling block was always around the financial sort of security of people's contributions. The rest of the business model I knew that I could potentially work out as it went along. It wasn't until I joined the RBS Entrepreneur Accelerator based through in Gogarburn in Edinburgh that things really started sort of to take a bit of shape, and they really helped me through their mentorship and through their workshops to just sort of pull the business idea and business model together. And we did quite a small friends and family round of fundraising to raise enough money to build our MVP. We partnered with a company in Glasgow called Digital Impact, who are still our developers. We work very, very closely with them. We've built some really strong relationships along the way. And we got up and running, and we had our first collection nearly 5 years ago with the manager of the entrepreneurial hub in Gogarburn. He got engaged, and so the team set up a collection. That was our first ever collection. And then we had a lot of our earlier collections were with RBS customers, RBS employees at Gogarburn. We were struggling, I guess, as a lot of startups do, to get traction with our business idea. Initially, people thought it was great, but we had a big shift in the culture of office collections. It was ingrained over the last, I don't know, how many years of the envelope was all sat at the front desk, or the office parent, as we like to call them, was the one that went round and organised it every time, and they enjoyed that sort of part. We got positive feedback, but to shift the culture within an organisation, and the traditional way of setting a collection was the stumbling block. It wasn't really until beginning of 2020 we started to see, when people started to work from home with sort of COVID coming, that we saw people couldn't now do the office collection, and we started to pick up a lot of traction. Giftround's more secure than the cash sort of collections in the office. It's more inclusive, you can invite more people, and it's cashless, so like it's easier to facilitate that whole collection, but the culture and the tradition of one person doing the collection of it, or it being set at the front desk and everyone knowing where it was to sign the card and put the money into the envelope, was the big shift. And with everyone being forced to work from home, people couldn't do a cash collection. But teams really, and we saw it through COVID, really wanted to still feel connected. So there was even maybe more of a need to celebrate birthdays and celebrate getting engaged and having babies and all that sort of thing. So Giftround was there at the right time to sort of scoop that market up. 2020 was quite a remarkable year for myself and my family. Giftround started growing with people starting to work from home. They couldn't do the traditional cash collection, so we were in a position ready to go. Giftround grew quite organically because one person set up a collection, invited 20 colleagues, then all of a sudden 20 people more knew about Giftround, and we tracked that growth quite closely. It was pretty much myself working from home. We'd got a dog at the beginning of March, she's still annoying, a little black cockapoo called Olive. But then in May, my wife got pregnant, and then in December, towards the end of 2020, we had twin girls. So we went from going into the sort of lockdown with an emerging startup working from home, and came out at the end of 2020 with a family of 5 and a very busy startup of Giftround, yeah.